Hey guys, in this video we will review Chargery BMS. We will see what's going in with package and review settings that is available in this battery management system. So I have 600 amps model with 16 cells. So here's 16 cells BMS, and in the package you will get main module, LSD module, then we have this beeper, then we have cable that is connecting main module with LCD screen. Then we get in this shunt, it's 600 amps shunt with a cable that's connecting to main module. Then we're gonna get this cable with two temperature sensors, so it's gonna measure temperature from two different sources. Then we get in cable to update firmware if we need to update this here, and LED, which is going to signal if any abnormal situation detected, same as a beeper. So it's connecting like two signals. You will see visual and audio. Additionally, two cables. This is not original because my original already connected to batteries. I will leave link in the description where I'm connecting this balance leads to my battery. I have 16 cells lithium iron phosphate battery. So I made these cables for balancing. That's all you're gonna get in the package. Additionally, what I've got for this BMS is two big relays. My battery pack right now is 7.5 kilowatts. I'm planning to expand this to about 25 kilowatts. So I need like kind of big relays which can handle a lot of amps. So these two relays from EV vehicle, and this one in particular is up to 450 volts, which I don't need. And it can handle 250 amps. So two big relays. Additionally, for additional price, what I get, what I purchased is delay module. So what it does, it's connecting to BMS, and then from BMS we will have additional leads, which is going, one is a big relay, so it's gonna close this relay. One is a small relay. I also purchased additional small relay. I will explain in a second why do I need this. So it's like car 48 volt relay with a fuse. And the reason why we need big relay, small relay is when we supply power for inverter first time, like when it was shut down, you will see like huge spark. So if you just like touch with your 12, 24 or 48 volts battery, your inverter first time, is gonna do big spark. So this delay board is fixing this problem. So what it does, it's connecting in parallel, it's connecting to inverter through small relay using resistor, and it's pre-charging your inverter. So basically this module is gonna send the signal for 3 seconds. I guess it's configurable for a different amount of time, but it's gonna send the signal first to small relay. So this relay will close through resistor, and resistor will allow slowly to pre-charge inverter. Then what's gonna happen, it will close big relay, this one, and we'll get full power on our inverter. And the last one is a charge relay. For charge, we don't need to pre-charge. So here's the 3 exits. Additionally, we have switch. So this switch could be connected if we want to manually turn on or off our relays. This is what you're gonna get in package. And so this unit cost me about $10 with delivery. Small relay with resistor about another $10, and these two relays, if I remember, $25 each. BMS, prices various. I've got for, if I remember correctly, 160 or 170. I tested this relay over months now, so I don't exactly remember price. Now for connections for our relay, what we have on a LCD module, we have USB, mini USB for updating firmware. Also COM2 is gonna go to main module through this cable. Then beeper and LED, so for visual and audio effects, audio notifications. So on a BMS, what we have here is, so this is for power supply. It needs 12 volts for external power supply. It also can work on internal from batteries, so from internal power from batteries, but you need to connect up 8 or more cells. So if you have 7 cells it's not going to work from battery. Also, it's not drawing voltage from any particular cells. For example, if you have 16 cells and BMS needs just 12, it's not going to use like 4 cells. It's going to draw from all 16 at the same time. So next is a charge and discharge controller. So this is what is controlling our relays to turn it on or off. Next one is the temperature sensors. COM1, I don't know what is this for, because on other side we have COM2 where LCD module connecting. Then we have current sensor. So basically this wire from shunt is gonna go to current. Also mini USB for updating firmware, and this module right now we're running on 4.0 version. I recorded another video where you can see how to update firmware. So on other side we have also COM3. I don't know yet what is this for, and we have our balance leads connecting here. So now we're gonna go through menu, and for menu, just for like going through menu, I'm not gonna connect to my 16 cells battery because it's in the garage. I just like have this 6 cells lithium polymer battery. This is what I'm going to use to power this BMS. Not power, to turn this on, because let me show you. So if we connect, here's a 12 volt external power supply. If we just connect this, when it's powering on, let me show this to you. So we have like a 4.0 version, but if we don't have any batteries connected, we cannot. Oh, actually we can. We just need to select cells, so never mind about external batteries. We can just, now we can go through settings and the menu. So this is home screen. What you're gonna see here is a state of charge, which is also like configurable. Then we have amps, how many amps going into batteries or out from batteries. So right now I don't have shunt connected, so it's reading -2 amps, and all setup we're gonna do in next video. In this video we'll just go through settings. Then we're gonna see how many amps pulled in or out from battery and how many watt hours. On this line we're gonna see what is the current state of charging, discharging. So right now we reading as a discharge. We have one cell, just one cell, all zeros. Actually, let me connect battery, so we're gonna see some values. Alright, so I connected batteries. Now it's reading that It's lithium iron phosphate. I need to change it to lithium polymer. Here's a lithium polymer. 6 cells start. All right, and now we're gonna read how many cells we have. What is the state of charge? It's 92%. Then 23 volts total battery voltage. Then highest cell voltage. It's right now 4. You can see voltage, lower cell voltage. And last value is how many millivolts is difference between highest and lowest cell. So on the next screen, we can see internal resistance. It's going to be updated when we charging or discharging this cell battery. So it's going to update resistance, internal resistance for all cells. So on the next one is the lowest and highest voltage when alarm. So when BMS will trigger alarm by any value, high voltage cell, low voltage cell, over discharge amps or charge amps, then it's going to record these values here. So you will have like this history. So on the next screen, we can see voltage for every individual cell. It's reading, and then we have like temperature. What is the current temperature from first and second sensor? Is disconnected right now. And then we have what is the voltage difference. So right now it's alarming that we have over 850 millivolts difference. On the next screen is a graphical representation of voltage charge discharge, state of charge for every cell. So we can see this here. And the next screen is just like battery image with the state of charge, amps going in or out of batteries, how many amps we pull in right now, or how many amp hours we're using right now, and the watt hours. All right, so next step is we're going to access settings. So to do this, we need to press and hold this set button. And in settings, what I'm gonna do first, actually, because it's freshly updated firmware here. So what I need to do is go to default settings and just reset to default settings. It needs to be done only first time when we like just receive this BMS or we updated firmware. So now let's go through settings. So first is overcharge protection voltage. So 4.2 volts means that when we charging our battery, and if any cell will reach 4.2 volts, BMS will send signal to our relays. So it will send signal to relay to shut down charging. So in this case, we are not going to overcharge our cells. Next setting is overcharge release voltage. So that means if we reached protection voltage, then we're not going to charge our batteries. BMS will not allow to charge batteries until all cells will be below this voltage. So that means if we reach 4.2 volts, then we need to discharge all cells at 4.1, and only at this point BMS will start charging again. And of course we can configure this like very close, like with difference like 10 millivolts. So next one is overcharge current. So if we it's gonna shut down charge if these amps will exceed 50 amps in our case. Also configurable. The next setting is over discharge protection voltage and release voltage. Same as with charge, but reversed. So if we discharge our battery pack and any cell will drop below 3.0 volts, BMS will send signal to discharging relay to to kill inverters, to shut down inverters. So it will not send power to inverters, but then it will engage relay, engage discharging relay as soon as all cells will reach 3.2 plus volts. So when lowest voltage cell will reach 3.2, BMS will send signal to send power to charger again. Then over discharge current configurable. Then we have low state of charge cutoff. So we can set up if we don't want to discharge our battery, for example, more than like 80%, then we can set like here's a 20. So as soon as we reach 20, it's gonna kill discharge. So next is high temperature cutoff, difference of battery temperature. So we have two sensors, so we can measure difference from, for example, from two different sides of battery pack, and as well if batteries will reach like 70 Celsius, or I guess it's too high. When it's gonna reach 70 Celsius, it's also gonna shut down. So next is difference of cell voltage. Right now we have 300 millivolts. This is what we saw before. When we have two cells, lowest and highest cell, voltage difference more than 300 millivolts is gonna shut down discharge. Then we can switch to temperature units. We can do Celsius or Fahrenheit. Yeah, we can do. Then enable or disable key beeper. So when we press on this key, this beeper will make some sound. Next setting is LCD backlight time. We can set how long you want to have this light to be on the screen. Next is cutoff delay time. Before, when we reach any of these settings, when we reach any of this like voltage, it's gonna wait for 2 seconds before it's gonna kill batteries, before it's going to shut down discharging. So next step is the current calibration. We're gonna do it in the next video. When we have a brand new BMS with a new shunt, we need to calibrate our shunt. So this settings is for calibrating. Temperature alarm, if we want to enable or disable temperature. Next one is cell empty voltage and cell full voltage. So next is default settings. This is what we did when we powered this BMS first time. Next is the balance parameter. So this BMS has 1.2 amp balance capability, and it's a passive balancer. That means if we have, like in this case, with this battery, one cell is much lower than the rest of the cells, it's not going to transfer watt hours from highest cell to lowest cell. Instead, it will just burn energy from rest of the cells. Yeah. So if we go to balancing, we have 5 options here, 5 settings here. First is the start voltage. At what voltage we want to start balancing our cells. So if cells is higher than 3.6, then it will start balancing. Then stop different voltage, how much difference we want between cells. And then 3 settings when we want to balance our cells: in charge, in discharge, and or in the storage. We can enable all of these 3 individually. So next settings is new settings in a 4.0 version. We have battery capacity. We used to have this before in a previous version, but battery power watt hours is new. So for capacity, you setting up how many amp hours your battery pack, and then watt hours. Then we have these settings for low temperature cutoff when we charging or discharging, which is good settings if you live in a cold climate. And last piece, we have version of this BMS. So we have BMS 16, which is 16 cells. C6 means 600 amp shunt, and version 4.0. Alright, so here's a video for review Chargery BMS, what is going in package and all settings. In the next video, we will connect all of these pieces together, and I'm gonna show you how it's gonna work with lithium iron phosphate batteries. If you like this video, please let me know in comments or hit like button. Thank you for watching and see you later.